Hey everyone, welcome to the Web Design, Graphic Design Success Podcast. I'm James George, and today I want to share with you a tool that I use for gaining leads for my businesses, and that tool is called leadpages. If you're not familiar with leadpages, it is an email subscription gaining software, basically, where you could for building your email list, which if you're not building an email list for your business, then you are at a disadvantage, because building an email list is one of the easiest ways to stay in touch with your customers. And so what leadpages does is it offers a variety of tools and landing page templates that allow you to just easily plug in your own information, and it handles everything for you. Now, I could build my own landing pages all day. You'll find a premium landing page on my Premium Beacon website for creativebeacon.com. I could do that all day, but it takes some time. But if you have a membership to leadpages, everything is set up for you, and they actually have a few features that would be a pain for you to set up on your own. So I'm just going to show you the leadpages interface, and then we'll look at how you integrate it into your website. So I'm just going to use a simple thank you page. When you log into leadpages, they have different templates. So you have all these different templates to choose from. I'm just going to use the first one called a thank you page. And So here is the leadpages interface, which makes it really easy to customize your landing page. So, for example, you could plug in your logo. Click here, and you can look at, you can upload your own logos. Upload your own picture. So let's say that I wanted to use my own logo. Okay, so we'll just use that one. Okay, so it will upload that, and you can use it later. So you don't have to, once you upload it once, you don't have to do it again. And so there it is. And so you can, all these little sections are editable. So you can just click on them, say edit text, and you can just click on it and edit it for whatever you want. So let's say you're not doing a webinar. You can change it to whatever you want. Thank you for signing up for the site. So let's say they signed up for your website, or they opted into your email address. And you can customize the message below it. Thank you for joining my website. I look forward to seeing you there. In the meantime, you can visit me on these social media sites. And so, because the reason I phrased it like that is because you have these social media icons down here below. And I'm not going to go through connecting all my social media sites and adding the URLs, but basically it's just really easy, because you can just copy and paste your Facebook page URL, your Twitter page URL, LinkedIn, Google+, and then like I can upload my own picture here. So I've got one saved. Done. And you can just customize all this, and it makes it really easy. So once you've done this, you can just hit done. Page name, let's say Beacon Thank you. So that's going to be the thank you page for Create a Beacon. And I'm going to say done. And since it has a name, I'm going to hit save to save my progress. It's asking me about integration pages. So here is the sign up form that will be used with it. So I'm going to use MailChimp. And they obviously opted in for Create a Beacon. So if you use MailChimp, Aweber, there's all sorts of different programs that work with it. SendGrid, there's all kinds of email marketing programs work with lead pages. And you can easily just go in and optimize everything. Like you can, if you don't want the loading bar, if you don't want this message, you can just click hidden. You can customize this. See what they're opting in for. So like let's say you had an icon set that you were giving away, or badges. Let's say you're giving away these badges. You can integrate that, or maybe like this picture. Just really simple. You can customize the wording for the button. Instead of saying get started here, you could say get instant access and click OK. And then you can hit save. And then it's saving, and now you can hit, well, if you're using WordPress and you hit publish, you don't really need this, but like you can do lead boxes and different things like that, and I'll show you that here in a second. But let's hop over to my WordPress site. And there's a lead pages plugin that you can download for WordPress. It makes it really easy to integrate these landing pages in your WordPress site. So like if you're giving stuff away, I'll show you here lead magnets here in a second. So let's look for the one that I just created. Okay, so there's it says lead pages to display. Beacon thank you, which is the most recent one, comes up. So you have to go to add new. And so it says lead pages to display, Beacon thank you. And I want that to take place of my thank you page. So it's going to be a normal page, and I'll hit publish. And so what will happen is, with this thank you page, when someone is automatically opts in, we'll hop back over to lead pages. They have a section here where when somebody signs in, you can have a thank you page that it reroutes to. And so that thank you page is the perfect place to ask for people to, because they're already hot, they're already following you. They're already opting into your email list. They want more of you, so they're gonna. That's the best time to ask for them to opt into Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Google Plus. All those, whatever one of these that they're on the most, they're going to probably opt in and go to the Facebook page and like your page and follow you on Facebook. So lead magnets is another thing that is really great. So let's say that you want to send an email after somebody opts in, and you want to attach a lead magnet. So let's say you want those icons that they opted in for. Well, inside of lead pages here, we'll just click done, and I'll exit out of here. Lead page. Inside of your account, there's a section called lead magnet delivery. And instead of trying to connect all this on your own and having to have like a server for you to serve your files for like an autoresponder and like all this garbage, lead pages does all this automatically. so that when you set up that opt-in form on your site, all you have to do is go here and upload the files or the freebie that you're giving away. And then when you set up your page, it says, well, what lead magnet do you want to use? And so you select which one of these that you want to use. And when that person subscribes, it automatically generates the email with the download link. See, this is hosted on leadpages server. So you don't have to worry about hosting the files yourself, which is another added bonus. So this is essential for generating lots of leads and opt-ins, and you can see, we'll go to my pages, you can see the opt-ins that I've gotten. So for example, flat social media icons. 8,000 people have seen these, and 4,881 have opted in, giving me a 60% opt-in rate for anybody that has come across these social media icons. So let's see if we can open this up in just wanted to view these. Actually, I know where to go. You go to edit. So let's go to edit so you can see the actual lead pages, the lead page setup that I have. And it's okay, so you have the icons as the background, and if you want to download these icons, what happens is you click that and this will come up, and they can enter in their email address below. And once that's done, they receive a zip file with these icons that they wanted in an email, and they're opted into my MailChimp email list. That makes things super simple. Infographics, I'm not sure how you get 109% opt-ins. I'm not sure how you get more opt-ins than people that have actually seen it, but maybe people have come back and re-downloaded it again. That's a possibility. For my thank you page, 14,000 people have seen that thank you page. That's why my Facebook page for Create a Beacon has grown to 4,000 followers quickly. Flat infographics, 50% of the people that have seen that have opted in. It just gives you a great idea of how many people are opting in, and it gives you the opt-in percentage for the people that have seen it and have actually opted into it. So if you see something that is not doing very well, then chances are you probably need to change it. So like my startup guide for a website I have called Power Blogger has 141 people have seen it, but only 4 have opted in, which is a 3% opt-in rate, which is terrible. So that tells me I need to go look at this guide and see what I'm doing wrong, maybe change the opt-in form, set up something different for it. So this gives you a lot of insight into what people want, how successful something is, and it handles everything for you. That's why I like lead pages. Another thing that's great is you have lead boxes, which is awesome because what it does is people can, you can actually set up just a link where a pop-up box will come up on your website. I use this in WordPress all the time. You can see for these, like the vintage badges, Web Design Fanatic icon, 68% opt-in rate. That's fantastic. You usually don't get that kind of opt-in rate. Usually it's 30% is usually what is considered to be pretty good. So you could tell when something's really hot and people like these icons because almost 70% of the people that see it want it and opt in for it. That has grown Web Design Fanatic really fast. So what you could do with lead boxes is, and I'll edit this just so you can see, it's basically like the lead pages, except for you're not creating an entire new page. You are simply creating an opt-in box or an opt-in form where people can go and download your files. But all that you're doing is creating a link. Like the text says, click here to download. And that's what they see. That's all they see. Click here to download. And when they click it, this box comes up and says, hey, if you want this, you got to opt in with your email address. And your lead magnet is right here. You say, I want to send an email after opt-in. Choose your lead magnet. Set up the way you want the form to look. Hit publish. Customize the text. Copy this code. And then paste it in the the code side of your WordPress page. And I put this at the bottom of the page every time, and people opt in, and you grow your email list. This is an essential part of my marketing, and I couldn't imagine doing without it. This is one of the quickest ways to grow your business or any business, and you can supply this as a service to your customers. You can set this up and handle marketing for your clients and their businesses, your own businesses. It's an essential tool, and I could not do without it. That's why I love leadpages. So at the on the page, you should be able to find a link where you could check out leadpages, and they actually are offering a course on leadpages.com, a webinar that you can opt into and check out their services and see what else that leadpages can do for you. Because this isn't all. I'm just showing you a tip of the iceberg. And you can dive in and get really deep with this and really optimize your email marketing, which is essential for every business now. Tens of thousands of dollars are generated from email lists from businesses across the globe. So it's an essential part of your marketing. And if you're a designer, web designer, graphic designer, it doesn't matter. It's an essential part of your marketing and your client's marketing. It's something that you can bill your customers for. So it's well worth any kind of investment you have to make to become a member of leadpages. It's fairly inexpensive for everything that you're getting and all the headache that you're saving from just being able to, you don't have to worry about file hosting. You don't have to worry about, coding these pages or whatever. You just customize their templates and then link them up inside of the WordPress interface. You're talking about an hour of work in exchange for what could have been, a day of coding a page and getting it to look good and setting up, linking up everything and all that stuff. That's a headache. It saves you so much time and effort and headache, and it's well worth it. If you have any questions about leadpages or creating your own opt-in or email subscription setup, feel free to contact me at james@creativebeacon.com, and I'll be glad to answer any of your questions. This was kind of a lengthy podcast today, but if you like this, please subscribe on iTunes, rate, and review it. I would greatly appreciate it, because the more people that rate and review my podcast on iTunes, the higher it will bump up in the rankings, and that will be much appreciated. Also, you can visit creativebeacon.com and subscribe to my newsletter, and I have all kinds of posts and helpful tips and tools that you can download there. That's it for this week. I'm James George, and this is the Web Design, Graphic Design Success Podcast.